everyone. I'm Patty Laurel-Filart. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, I hope that you guys are all being safe and extra healthy during this very uncertain time. I'm sure you guys have been getting a lot of rest, bonding with your family, or really being productive. Whatever it is you're doing, keep at it. I know this has been a really difficult time, and admittedly, we've been trying our best to cope in our own unique way. Now, speaking of coping, it's so funny to actually say it, but a coping mechanism that has been very effective for me during this whole lockdown is watching my favorite K drama episodes. And honestly, it came as a complete shock because prior to this whole lockdown, I absolutely knew nothing about the whole K drama scene. It was a big surprise, a very pleasant surprise that I actually got into it at the start of the lockdown. And now I have transformed and converted into a die-hard K-drama fan. And that is why the title of this episode is Nakain ng Sistema ng K-drama. Kasi masasabi ko talaga na nakain na ako ng sistema and there's no shame. I'm absolutely loving every minute of being a K-drama fan. So now I think it's perfect for all of you guys who are joining us today. We hope you can join us in our fun and very casual chat. I invited three beautiful ladies, and they are also K-drama fans. So we're going to have a really fun time today, and we hope you guys can join in the conversation. If you have any comments or questions or even some suggestions, then just leave them on the comments section below because we would love for you guys to engage with us. So let's begin. So, ang una nating nakain sa sistema is a very beautiful and well-known model, and she is also a TV host. We have Kelly Misa Fernandez. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, 안녕하세요. Hello, everyone, and I'm just so happy to be here. I am always so happy to be part of these talks because we're
Yeah,
all under quarantine right now, and this just gives me life. It just
and it's something to look forward to with friends, right?
yes,
Thank you,
exactly, and
Kelly.
it kind of breaks up the monotony of life. And I'm so happy to be discussing this topic, which is K drama, which I think a lot of us can relate to
Can
because
relate.
all of us are like hooked on it right now.
Okay, now perfect because Kelly actually has a best friend who is a professional and well-known stylist. And she is also someone that Kelly always tags on Instagram whenever they see their favorite K-drama oppa. So we have Bianca Santiago Reynoso. Hi, Bianca. Wow.
Hi,
'Di ba?
hi,
Hi, Bianc.
girls. So nice to see you.
For she's the most famous stylist. Di mo naman, pati yung outfit is K-drama inspired. I love it.
Yes.
All right. So another girl on our K-drama panel, naks, very formal, may panel talaga tayo, is my neighbor and a really good friend of mine. She's also a host and a social media influencer. We have Nikki Garcia. Hi, Nikki.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
Nikki.
Nikki.
Hi. Hi,
Oh,
guys. Thanks for having me on our panel.
are you ready, our panelists? Wow, this is so formal. But I just wanted to first say thank you for joining us. And to all the K drama fanatics that are joining us in this conversation, thank you for making time for us. It's going to be a fun ride. So, first of all, I think we're just going to go right at it. This K drama phenomenon has swept the Philippines in a good way and in a really good time wherein we need, some sort of inspiration or a distraction, whatever it is for you. It has been very helpful for a lot of people. So maybe we'll start with Kelly.
Mhm.
Kailan ka nakain ng sistema ng K drama? When did it
Well,
start for you?
Well, it actually started at the beginning of this ECQ. And before this, prior to this, I never knew anything about K drama. I never watched any Korean movies or Korean series or dramas. And actually, a lot of people were telling me about it. Like, you should try watching it. But I always never had time. Of course, we were leading busy lives and we were all too
Yes.
busy, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we now have time. And actually, the first person, actually, the person who told me to try my first K drama was Bianca. She told me, we were in a chat room along with our other friend, Meryl, and they told me, or they suggested that I try watching Crash Landing on You, and that was my first ever K drama. And after that, I was hooked, and I'm now on my eighth K
Wow.
drama since the ECQ.
Wow. From a complete newbie to hardcore. I love it. And it's all
Yes.
within a few weeks. Amazing. Okay.
Diba?
So si Bianca ang responsible for converting Kelly. So when did it start for you, Bianca?
Actually, I am so shocked that Kelly has surpassed and over us with 8 dramas now in her to boot, diba? But for me, I started kasi pre-ECQ. It was my sister-in-law,
Oh,
Kate Para Santiago, actually, who's the beauty editor of Metro.style.
yes.
She was the one who's been influencing me for the longest time. Like, she will send me like subtle na, B, watch this, cute dog. So I started with Crash Landing before the ECQ. So before that, wala na. Medyo nag-start na akong mag-shift na I wanted to go to Korea. I want
Exactly.
I, I wanted everything done. Tapos nangyari si ECQ until Kelly told me naman na, Biax, you have to get over Crash Landing. Try Itaewon Class. Tapos yun na. Kain na ako ng...
Yes.
So when you went from Crash Landing to Itaewon, yun na, yun yung parang committed ka na
I
in a
think
relationship. Long term.
Turning point.
Turning point. All right. So Nikki is constantly on my Viber. Like we are each other's support system. Like how Kelly and Bianca really support each other in this whole thing. So Nikki, maybe you can share with everyone, when did you start?
Okay, so we actually started together, right, Patty, in the beginning of
Yeah.
ECQ. But prior to ECQ, I was like, I have, number one, no time to really watch TV. Secondly, I'm like, I'm never gonna read my show. Like, I watch TV to veg out and I don't wanna have to think. Like, why
Exactly.
would I wanna read subtitles and have an extra part of my brain working, right? So forget that. But then, again, on Netflix, you could see that Chloe was actually number one for how many weeks, diba? So, of course, so Patty and I started watching, and after that, wala na. And then after that, it was Itaewon Class. Wala na. After that, it
Wow,
was
everyone.
oh, downhill. Now I'm on my fourth K-drama. We crave Korean food weekly now. And I'll never take Korean barbecue for granted again after this ECQ.
Exactly. I think it was really like a surprise for us. It was like a refreshing surprise that you could get into something that you completely didn't have any idea about prior to it. And I think that's the common denominator for everyone who gets into it. You'll be hesitant. You'll be like, I don't have time. It's not my type. Parang hindi ko gets, di ba? And then suddenly you're just in the middle of it and you're like, wow, that hit me hard. And people who are probably not into it are just like laughing, like, is this serious? Like, are they really into it? Like the way they're sharing it on Instagram and tagging each other. It's really funny, diba? But when you're in it, you really understand why there's this whole craze about it, diba? So my second, I guess, would be leading to that. What was that ultimate hook for you? Like when you were watching, let's say, your first series, you knew, okay, K-drama is different. There's something that intrigues me about it. What would be that moment, or what makes you so intrigued about K-drama? Maybe we'll start with Nikki this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think I think what sets K-drama apart from any other show, movie or series that we watched or I've watched in the past is that the character build-up is so different. And parang I think that's what gets you so emotionally involved with the characters. And um, obviously we all know that once one episode of K-drama of one series, parang of one episode is like an hour and a half. So parang na siyang
Yes.
movie. Right? So parang also in the beginning parang nakakatamad like, huh, an hour and a half times 16, like forget it, right? But I think it's just like the emotion, like the character build up, and then the story build up, and how like they have like the flashbacks. I think that's like a characteristic of
Yes.
a drama, the flashback. It kind of like
Seems like it. Yeah.
no, that's what they were thinking pala. And then like the other character, it's from their point of view, it's like, that's what he was thinking pala. Like, or that's the reason pala why this happened. I think it's just like
Yeah.
the details, the attention to detail is just
Exactly.
like none other, diba? And I think that's
Yeah.
what got me to
Exactly.
yeah.
How about for Bianca? What was that K-drama hook?
Honest na, no? I really appreciated Chloe, to be honest. Like, parang gulat na gulat ako how, like what Nikki said, diba? How the story evolves, how you are gonna sit there, read subtitles at the evening. Yung medyo gabi, what is, I'm medyo wala na. But, sticking it and sticking it kahit you don't know kung ba't sila kinikilig. I mean, pero kinikilig ka, it really works, diba? But my defining factor was really PSG. The first episode of Titiwan, I really telling Kel, sabi ko, Kel, wala na to. Sabi ko, yung smile niya
Wasak
when
na.
he went to Titiwan, wala. That made me realize that this is it. No turning
This is
back.
it. He's the one.
He's the one.
Like a
Mind you,
guy.
we're not talking about the high school sweetheart of Bianca, okay? This is PSG.
Wala na. Sasabihin ko na sa lahat.
It's over.
It's really,
Wala na.
for me, I think there will never be a real actor.
Oh my god.
I love it. And I'm sure the people right now watching who can relate.
Tutor naman. Doon naman tayo sa He's really a good actor, ha? But kasi like,
Yeah.
everything in one. I was telling Kenny, sabi ko before I even fell in love with him, I noticed his outfits. So talagang, that's my
Style on
Pasado.
God, the
as a stylist,
outfit.
that's a huge thing.
cobra. I think he wears,
How
if he wear anything, parang it will still look good.
Dala niya
So,
talaga.
yeah.
Para siyang magandang hanger.
Exactly.
Walking
Exactly.
hanger. And everything looks good. He could do like streetwear or he could be like super chic. Okay, clearly for the non-PSG fans, sorry. They're like zoning out now. Okay,
Next.
Kelly, what's that K-drama hook for you?
Well, for me, it was really the interesting storyline. Like, I was just like taken to this other world where everyone speaks Korean and we're in Korea and something big is happening, something very important. And I was just part of the story. And apart from PSG, which of course he was the hook also because of after watching Itaewon Class, wala na talagang everything. I
Yeah.
I had to watch all of his other series and movies after that, and I really got hooked because of him. But apart from that, the writing, I think the
Yes.
screenplay writing is really so smart, and talagang at the end everything just um closes nicely. Like there's
Correct.
nothing hanging, there's nothing na what happened to that character. It's like everyone's story finishes and you feel so fulfilled for watching that K drama. Like after, it's like, okay, I'm done. Like you don't need a season 2 because you're done. And I
Yeah.
really love that
Closure.
lahat, yeah, you have closure and lahat talaga napapag-isipan. Plus the fact that they really try to promote Korea, like the food, the fashion,
Yes.
the places to go, and it makes you want to go to
Correct.
Korea. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's my goal actually after this. After this
Okay, we're gonna join
quarantine.
you. A lot of people watching right now have the same plan. So if you guys who are watching have the same plan, please leave it in the comments and we will read it and maybe we can plan our itinerary. First up, Itaewon.
Tour bus na for the tita.
Tour bus tayo ng lahat ng mga nakain ng sistema ng mga Pinoy. They're just gonna ship us once with safe to travel. Okay, so for me, I guess I can totally relate with a lot of things. Like, I love that, yun nga, it's always so well written. And then the character development, parang sobrang buong-buo. Like, even if, let's say, in the start, you think this person is a villain, they'll sort of explain why this person was led to be a certain way, diba? Hindi siya like, oh, he's just bad. Or
Bad
this
for the
person
sake of being
good.
bad. No?
Exactly. It's so the human element makes it like, this is the reason kung bakit ganito siya. And it's so relatable because, you know, when you're in real life, diba, people aren't really black and white. There's like a lot of factors that contribute to a certain person. So I think that's why people get hooked, because the characters are really relatable, very well developed. And honestly, my biggest hook, and it's so funny, it's really a person. It's PSG. I started with Chloe, and it was a beautiful introduction to the whole world of K-drama. I think it was like, if you are a non-K-drama watcher and you're watching right now, it's the best introduction because you'll see how well it's so written and it's so light. At the same time, there are moments that are so heavy and yet you don't feel devastated, di ba? Parang there's always some redeeming part of it. Pero sa akin talaga, same as Banks, nung napanood ko yung Itaewon, like, it's over. And take note, I was watching it with my husband, and no shame, nagka-crush doon kay PSG habang katabi ko yung asawa ko. So, ganun ka-hook. Wow. But anyway, maybe the third, since we're talking about, you know, all these shows, what would be your top 3 K-dramas? Now, Kelly has 8 under her belt, so I'm sure I'm
Yes.
interested to hear her list. But maybe let's start with Nikki, since Nikki and I are relatively newbies, so we're always comparing notes, and we always appreciate that when people like give suggestions. So guys, if you're watching, send your suggestions now so that we have a longer list. But Nikki, what would be your top 3 K-dramas?
Well, since I only have 4, okay, I don't want to disregard Chloe because it was an introduction. However, okay, Itaewon for sure, my first. Secretary Kim, and I really like the Hi Mama Bye. Okay, no boys. It's not boy-centered. It's not kilig factor, but it's a good change. So I don't know if you girls have watched Hi Mama Bye, but
I have
Kelly,
mixed
I have
reactions too.
been.
every time I see the main character, Kelly, she looks like you. But anyway,
Oh my
like
She's
Kelly,
very
but
pretty nga.
she's very
God. K-drama.
yes, exactly.
K-drama.
It's a really nice thing. So I like those 3 because Itaewon, of course, super kilig. I watched it twice.
Oh my God.
Secretary Kim, that was actually my most recent. And then the Hi Mama Bye. Hi Mama Bye is like, okay, so just a little disclaimer. At the time that we're in right now, we're like, you know, we're obviously at an odd, unusual time right now. And it kind of just brings you back as a mom or as a woman to know what's important and to appreciate your children, your husband, just your environment, things that are going on that you take for granted on a daily basis. So I kind of like how it brought me back to appreciate the now. So,
That's
so
nice.
very
And
deep.
it's so timely for you
Yes.
this
Mhm.
whole season. Okay,
Yeah. So
Bianca,
shout out
what would be
to
your top
Hi
3?
Mama Bye. Yeah.
For me, okay, actually, I just finished my third K-drama. It's Fight for My Way. And, okay, I just want to make it clear that I really have a really good what's this? System for watching my K-drama.
I love it.
Since Kelly kasi watches more than me, she's the one who'll tell me, like, Biax, okay, skip mo muna si start with Fight for My Way, and then you go to the next. So I trust her. She's
Hey, thank you.
my top 3, well, my first 3 are my top 3 talaga. And I like, lalo na for a K-drama newbie, I
Okay.
think This flow is really nice. Yuck, this flow is really
Panelists nga tayo, guys. Serious topic to. Life-changing to, guys. Life-changing.
exactly. No,
Yung
I
mga notebooks ng mga nanonood, naglilista sila. Bianca said,
no, but diba, like what Patty mentioned earlier, I think lalo na if you're starting with K-drama now, Chloe is really the best one that you should start
Yes.
with.
Mm.
Parang everyone I think agrees, eh, no? It's like really, if not the best, it's top 3 of the best K-drama
Mm.
series out there. So I think we're good with that. And Teo naman, it's a whole, iba siya eh. It's a really
it's
different
different.
so talagang that for me changed it. And then this One Fight for My Way, I think that was 2-3 years past, like a couple of 2-3 years ago ata in Cal's, right? But you
Yeah,
will see
before Secretary Kim.
2017, I think. So you
Wow!
will see different
Google!
PSA. Sobrang mako-compare mo yung brown hair sa black hair cuteness niya.
Yeah.
Wow! Like, you'll appreciate, grabe, kahit anong hair color, guwapo pa rin siya.
Yeah. I don't know. And also, I don't know if you guys agree, but I've never felt this kilig over holding hands lang. Or like,
Exactly.
they don't really know, like, do a really sexy scene and you would
Exactly.
Yeah.
this, ewan ko, for me, that's the magic of K-drama. Like, parang it lifted or it brought back so much kilig in this really unsettling time for me. So there's happiness in
Yeah.
all they have to do
True.
is other. Ano ba yan?
Okay, for Kelly, what are your top 3 from your 8?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have to say lang to what Bianca said about the kilig. I just feel so kilig now. Like I don't think I remember being kilig since my college days pa. I mean, that was lost, obviously. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's like what is happening to me? I get so like affected and it's like I'm the lead girl there all of a sudden. It's like ang galing talaga ng writing. It's so
Sobra.
I feel so involved. And I
Yeah.
feel crazy for feeling this way, but it's also in a good way. So anyway, my top three, they're all Sojun Park K
Consistent.
drama. Yeah, talagang he's really so good. And I tried watching other K dramas that don't include him, and hindi ako as affected. Parang it's okay. Parang
Yeah.
his acting kasi is so intense, and you just feel that it's real. So
That it's happening to
props,
you.
yeah, props to his
Right?
acting. He's really such a good actor. Na Yan, my top three Itaewon Class. Number one, I think that's his best K drama um series ever. I like Fight for My Way. I think he really prepared. Nox, he really prepared for it. But then I think he was really
PA ka,
believable.
Kel, PA.
Yeah, I would. Oh my God,
Andun ka.
I want to be his PA. But he really prepared for his role, I think, and naniwala ako na ano siya, MMA fighter siya.
Yeah.
And
Tick-tick.
and I think yung chemistry rin niya with his leading ladies, sobrang galing eh. And parang I don't know, there's something
So
magical
magnetic.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my last one was She Was Pretty. It's
Oh,
it's a comedy na medyo OA yung girl mag-acting, but I appreciated it din kasi parang it's tama naman with the theme of the K-drama.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was where I met my second oppa, which is Choi Siwon of Super Junior. Oh my gosh, he's so good. Like if you watch that, you'll like him also. He's so good. Parang
Okay.
in love din siya.
Now, Nikki and I are gonna add those to our list because we
Yeah.
didn't.
Yes.
So I appreciate it. You're imparting knowledge and wisdom to us. You know what's so funny? Because my father-in-law, my kids call him Opa. Because
Oh
it's
my God.
grandfather in other languages. So I just can't get over this calling PSG
Opa! Opa!
because that's what I call my father-in-law.
That's so weird.
So I will just call PSG BF. BF ko na lang. But I guess the same as Bianca for me like I mentioned, Chloe was such a good introduction. It made me appreciate the whole. I admit the first episode of Chloe, I kind of hesitated because I couldn't
Yeah.
sort of understand it. Like I felt it was like too campy or too cheesy for my taste. And I
Yes.
remember pausing it and just leaving it on the shelf and saying, "Oh, sayang, it's like K-drama's just not for me." Because I
Mhm.
would see it all over my feed and people were going crazy and I was like, "Oh, maybe it's just like a taste thing, like a preference thing." And then a friend of mine said, "No, ate, this is Kathleen, my friend. She was like, Ate, please commit. Like, commit to one episode. And I promise you, like, there will be like this transformation." And that's what Chloe did for me. Like, it was admittedly to get into it, like, I had to train myself to understand the viewership of, how it is for K drama. Because I think it's different from how we watch westerns or how we watch our own teleserye. Parang you have to sort of switch on this K-drama viewing mode. So I love Chloe for that. But again, like what Nikki said, for me the top three, watching even as a newbie, and I know a lot of K-drama fans there are like, what? But first for me would be Itaewon also.
Okay.
I think when I watched Itaewon, I just whole writing, character development part, it was so strong. Like I could see it as in a global sense. Like it wasn't just strong because it's Asian or Korean drama. Parang kaya ng Itaewon lumaban sa ibang series all over the world because it was so strong, well acted, casting was spot on, diba? And then second, this one was the heightened kilig. Like I couldn't understand myself, but it was what's wrong with Secretary Kim. Like I was asking what's wrong with Patty. Like I couldn't understand what was happening to my brain, to my heart. Like I would pause certain scenes and intense kilig feeling of K-drama was what's wrong with Secretary Kim. Like
Mhm.
hindi like I was out of my body just watching myself. And then the third, which I'm not done yet, but I'm already liking, is Descendants of the Sun.
Mhm.
Like, I'm appreciating why it's always on the top of a lot of people's lists. And so the chemistry is so undeniable. Again, story-wise, very strong. So, yun yung top three ko. But again, parang honorable mention, si Chloe.
Yes.
Si
Siya yung
Chloe
parang
yung
siya
parang
yung
first
gateway
date
ano
ko.
natin, gateway K-drama.
Yeah,
Yes.
gate siya. So, honorable mention siya forever in our lives. Okay, now I think it's time for us to discuss the OPA that made you like really, really kilig. Like, I think we have been going nuts. Like, I don't understand what's happening to me. Maybe there's some psychological explanation. But who is your favorite K-drama OPA? Nikki.
Ay, PSJ for sure. But if you've watched Goblin, the Grim Reaper, what's his name?
Ay, yeah.
He's so
Wow.
guapo. He looks like a halfer. Wo Jun Hook or wait, it's Lee Dong Wook. Lee Dong Wook. He's so guapo. But PSJ forever. Why? Okay, for me, I think it's just because like he's bad boy and like parang he's so soft spoken. But then like he's so mysterious and I don't know, but like he's so goons, but like I don't know, but like he's a nice guy and he's malambing and then he's big and then like I don't know, like you can just really imagine yourself being like grabbed by him and he is the best kiss on K-drama. I've seen the kisses of the other ones and it's like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not it's not X-rated but it's like enough. It's like
Yeah.
Intense.
It's
It's
enough
intense.
to satisfy the king. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's what parang I think it's like he was so convincing. So who is Bianca's ultimate oppa?
Mine, well, it's really no secret, but I just wanted to show you that my phone really has him ne.
Wow.
The heart,
Grabe.
I can't. Nasa favorites folder ko lahat ng pictures ni PSJ. I
Oh.
really, Kinain na talaga. He's really part of like,
Bang, isang tanong. May tanong
you
nga,
know,
maubos yung memory ng cellphone mo, willing ka ba to delete other family pictures
I
to
will,
make room for PSJ?
I will delete some of my OOTDs for him.
To make room for him. Wow. I think we're all
Ganon.
united. I think we should just
You know,
change the title
medyo,
of this discussion.
I kind of knew it was going overboard when a fan site tagged me and said, "Thank you for commenting and liking my pictures." Akala ko talaga siya. Kasi
Oh my
parang
God!
while I showed Kelly, sabi ko, Kel, grabe, parang tumalon yung puso ko dito. I really thought it was PSJ kasi she was, parang the fan site was a little bit similar to his IG tag.
Real.
So I had to look. Tapos sabi ko, taka lang. So I had to check fan site pala. But yeah, it's still there in my DMs.
Grabe, diba?
Kelly,
Yeah.
are you also PSJ fanatic?
Well,
So the number one,
I think this should be changed. The chat group should be
the
changed to
title.
PSJ.
Kinain ng sistema ni PSJ.
Yes. And actually, parating na siya. Can you connect him na? So, so he can join.
I would die. Like my laptop will crash.
I will learn Korean just to talk to him. I will really like, grabe. Anyway, so yeah, he's my number one, but I have a number two. But yeah, that was also
Wow,
because
you
of
have a backup.
watching. Yeah, I have a backup just in case he gets
It
married
doesn't
or
work
something.
out.
Yeah. But my backup, I discovered him from watching one of his series also. So yeah, I think I'm very loyal to PSJ in that sense. Na all the K drama that I watched after Itaewon class was all his K dramas where he starred in.
Yeah.
And now I want to watch his movies naman kasi I heard that he has some really good movies as
Mhm.
well. And he was also part of Parasite. Like I didn't even know that until I was watching
Yes,
it.
he
And I was
had
like,
the
that
rock.
guy, yeah, that guy looks familiar. And it was him pala. And there's just something about him that I don't know. It's hard to explain because
Yes.
it feels personal. Like it feels like I know him personally. And
Yes.
diba? Parang,
Okay, like, I'm so happy that I'm not crazy and
but it
alone
sounds
because
crazy. It
it
sounds
sounds
crazy
crazy.
talaga.
It's
Yeah.
almost is attainable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it,
It's like you can just text him and he'll reply to you. Parang
and
ganun.
he could potentially like me.
Yeah. I think that's what's the charm of PSJ. It's like
Yeah.
he's really guapo and good looking, but he's not too perfect that you feel detached.
And he's
Like
a
it's on the
really, really
key
good
Brad Pitt.
actor.
Diba?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then he's such a convincing actor. I mean, if for those who haven't watched, like if you watch It the One and then you watch, let's say, Fight for My Way or Secretary Kim, you'll just see like, wow, this guy, like you'll forget he's in each series because he
Yes.
just carries the role so well. Even his
Yeah.
posture changes, even the way he speaks changes. And it's not like, yung how method actors, like it's so natural, it's so fluid. And so I think that's why the kilig comes so naturally because you don't connect it to acting. You think it's happening in your own life.
I know. Is
And
it
he's saying
sad?
these sweet things too.
Yeah, but I
And
have to say talaga, K-drama has opened this world for me where I really get kilig over the littlest things, like holding hands, like ipapat lang sa
yes.
ulo, or you
Oh,
hug from behind. Parang those are just things that I thought that I just took for granted before. I mean, I guess I was so used to like yung mga violent sex scenes. It's like
yes.
it was so casual before K-drama, and now it matters. Like everything has meaning, and it's emotional and you're involved, and I really love that about K-drama. Like it brought me
Yeah.
back to my innocence.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Parang high
Like
school ulit.
even 'cause my parents yeah, my parents are like into K drama. And again, it was like my dad, what? Why will you watch that? But then lockdown, no choice. I was like,
Mm.
Dad, just do Chloe, and I promise you. And they were laughing and laughing at me. Cut to, hindi na sila sumasagot ng Viber calls
Oh
ko
my
dahil busy daw
God.
sila nanonood ng K-drama. So, nakain na rin ng sistema ang mga senior citizen. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's the same. Like, that's what my mom was saying. When, I think we've become so sort of parang
Desensitized.
immune. Yes. Like, we don't find kilig anymore because, first scene pa lang, it's already a bed scene. Or you
Yeah.
kind of already fast forward several
Boobs out
steps in the
there.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this one is so tedious, so meticulous, that they sort of give you like little cookie bits, little by little per episode, and you're like receiving the cookie, like, oh, it's so delicious, as opposed to like a big meal and stuffing you with it, diba? So I think that's why parang you commit to the episode because it's like tingi-tingi, enough to be kilig, enough to be hooked, and to commit, diba? It's not like a bombardment of like, okay, these are all these graphical stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
all the sex, violence, all the stories.
Yeah.
So parang
Parang it's
napaka
yeah.
parang delicate. It's so delicate and intricate the way it's
Mm.
given to you, diba? I can't believe we're saying these things
I
about
know,
K-drama.
right?
It's a proper
Yes.
analysis, guys. Like,
No, you know what?
panelists na talaga tayo.
No, but I think you guys are familiar with G3, diba? She's a writer, and
Yeah.
she actually posted about K-drama, and parang mentioning that it's really something else. The production, how it's written,
Mm.
it's really parang something that we can aspire to, be at least closer to when doing series or like mga shows. Kasi talagang the Koreans, they know their K-dramas so well na if we try to copy a bit of
Yes.
like, I don't know, or pull a bit, or go to parang near the Chloe or Itaewon a bit, parang I'm sorry, baka hindi natin magawa unless we really think about it. Yung ganon. I mean, they know their stuff. I think it's such a blessing, especially for us moms now, diba, na, you know,
Exactly.
getting a bit of the K-drama bug in spite of being at home, being stuck, forced to homeschool, forced
Mm-hmm.
to do
Yes.
so many activities. And at the end of the day, you just wanna de-stress. And parang ganon, K-drama gives you a bit of that kilig that you want, but not forcing the sexy scenes, or it's not talaga
Yes.
overpowering eh. And in the end, parang nabaliw na nga ata ako. Like, even Raul, no? Na I share it with him na, look, let's watch this. Kasi yung
I
itsura niya,
know, me too.
yung mag-gets, guys. So, parang, you just
Okay,
someone
so it's
there.
so funny. Diba? It's so funny. It's so unreal. Okay, so like we put the kids to sleep and then I'm in my laptop watching my K-drama with headphones and then Patrick will be watching his NBA like Michael Jordan The Last Dance. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he's like, "Babe, I can't focus cuz you're screaming." So I'm like in my headphones and I'm screaming and shrieking and like palpitating and like hindi ko na kaya, hindi ko na kaya. So it's like, babe, how am I gonna watch Michael Jordan now? Because you're going crazy on the side. But again, I think, yeah, that resonates for a lot of moms, a lot of
Correct.
lolas, titas. I mean, even there are a lot of men who watch
yeah.
K-drama surprisingly
Mm-hmm.
and are appreciating it. I think it came at a time where when we're able to escape through K-drama, parang, okay, I can just relax and like just be kilig and just be a person again and just absorb it.
Actually,
Ay, I
one
guess
thing I noticed about
nakain.
K-drama is there's the plot, of course. If it's a love story, there's a love story, but there's a bigger issue that's always tackled, and it
Yeah.
could be like sexual harassment in the office. It could be like North and
Yes,
South Korea. There's like a bigger issue that's so important that
exactly.
Yes.
after watching it, it just closes and it gets resolved. And I really
Yes.
appreciate that. Like for Itaewon, it's like for the disparity of rich and
Social
poor.
class system.
Yes, social
Yes.
class system. And apart from the love story that's there, there's that bigger
Yes.
picture that you become caught
Exactly.
up in, and you can apply it to your life. So I guess there's like a moral story na it just gives such good vibes, and it attacks social
Exactly.
issues. It's not
Yeah.
like love story lang for the sake of it. There's
Yeah.
something more to
Exactly.
it.
And
And
you're gonna make fun of me. So the husband of Nikki, hi Frank, I know you're watching. So we convinced him to watch Itaewon, and I told
Mm.
Nikki, come on, force your husband to do it. And then he converted, and it was so funny because I had a list of life lessons that I learned from
Diba?
Itaewon class. And I was like, this is so funny. I wouldn't ever think of doing this for any other TV series. But I felt like it enriched me. Like I learned so much while being entertained. And I
Mhm.
think that's something like sort of a challenge for other entertainers or even those who are creative, diba? Like to sort of marry entertainment and also enriching someone's life, diba? At the same time. So I
yeah.
like what Kelly
It's
said. That's why
hard.
I
Yeah.
kaya ang hirap eh, 'di ba? And you appreciate the hard work. Next, maybe you can make kwento Frank's ito one conversion.
Okay, so it was one of like, as after Itaewon, I watched it, I finished it, and then I was like, okay, yun nga, parang the impact on my life was just so strong. Pwede ba? It was so strong that parang I felt like this could actually even teach my son a lesson. Like I have a
Yes.
teenager at home, parang I want my son to be as resilient and as strong and as I don't know, as brave as PSJ, di ba? As Park Sarawi. And then like for Frank, parang I just thought like he would love like, there's a violent thing to it. There's like a man, I knew guys would really enjoy Itaewon also, di ba? Kasi parang it's not really a love story.
Yes.
Of course, there's love in there. But it's not
Yes.
like the main thing na parang Chloe na, I hope they fall in love and I hope they end up together. It's not
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much. That's not really the whole point of it, diba? So there I watched, and then like pag ano na mga episode 10, the song, the dun, 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 dun. So like I would see him dance in front of the TV like, oh, like he would just be so into the song, and then he would like during his lunch break because he's working from home, he'd watch Itaewon, and then he'd be like, tell me na, is it who's he gonna end up with? Like, is he gonna die?
Yeah.
Gonna die, ayoko na talaga. Like, parang, so there, I mean, guys can appreciate it also. And another thing that I wanted to mention
Yes.
that Patty and I talked about is that with K-drama, and Kelly, since you're the master here with 8 episodes under your belt, perhaps
Yeah.
you can tell
Yeah.
me, it's like we watch TV, we watch shows as young children for, 30 plus, almost 40 years na. But with this one, it's like, alam ko na what's gonna happen. But it's never exactly what you expect to
Never.
happen.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like, you kind of have an idea, but you're not sure, and you have all of these thoughts, and then sometimes it's not even that, it's not even what's gonna happen. So it's like, it
It's
just,
so
how
hard.
could
Yeah.
you think of that to happen? But it's so real. So
It's
I
Exactly.
really
think that's
good
another,
writing.
yeah.
I
So
think it's also
there, so
like they're so parang committed to the story.
Mhm.
Like they know that if your story is so strong that they trust that the viewers will appreciate it. Like they just
yeah,
genuinely want to give it to the viewers and say, okay, this is a really excellent story. I want you to appreciate it. Versus writing it to think like, oh, bebenta to. Or
Yeah.
I think mas papatok to, di ba? So I think because they're so committed to the story and they trust that the viewership will follow, parang that's why it holds so strong, di ba? So parang you're like, ay, talagang ginalingan nila para you'll really appreciate like the twist or
Mhm.
like even the flashbacks, 'di ba? Ang galing how they do it.
So good, super.
Yeah.
I think we have so much, to pack into this conversation. So I think right now, before we end, because I'm sure we will have 5 hours to discuss further, but to all the viewers, you also have your families to take care of. And I think we can go on and on. But maybe before we end, maybe I'll just ask the girls like, what would be your, sort of your encouraging message to a person who's never seen K-drama? If like you could say something to convince them to get into it, what would that be? Maybe we'll start with Bianca. Wow, talagang
Mhm.
beauty queen. Ano
Oh,
Oh, 'di
question.
ba?
very Miss Universe. Thank you for that question.
Thank you for the
Yes.
beautiful question.
So, how do I
Beautiful
say this?
question.
Thank you for that wonderful question, Miss Patty. Now, for me, I really think that okay, it's no secret that I don't have a yaya now, and actually it's been
Yes.
months, almost been a year, and you would think that watching K drama would eat up most of your time, especially if you're a busy mom, overwhelmed mom, or if you're just working, or you're getting so hooked up now with work. But just take a chance on K drama. Like what Patty said, commit to one episode and listen to your K drama friends. Figure
Yes.
out or find
Yes.
what series will they recommend for you because they know you. Nax, may ganon.
I love it.
Well, like if for me, like katulad like what Kelly said, na this will Biax, I think this will work for you. Trust them and then commit to one and then just take it a day at a time talaga. Reading the subtitles,
Yes.
promise, by the third or the fourth episode, perfect mo na yan. So that's all
Yes.
I can say. You will enjoy it and I think lalo na now that it's really well, it's sobrang uncertain the times. K-drama is a really good break from everything that's happening. So
Yes.
enjoy.
Yeah, I enjoy. I love it. No, but I love that brand. So it's like it also more than anything like these conversations we have on WhatsApp or even IG stories, you're connecting with other people. It fosters a lot of friendships. You connect with people you haven't spoken in so long to, 'di ba? So if anything, like I appreciate like, oh, right now that we're like socially distancing, it's still nice that we're still making connections, 'di ba?
Mhm.
And whether it's something like K-drama or baking or exercising or whatever coping mechanism, diba? It's nice to have the talk with people, diba?
Yes.
Okay, how about Nikki? How will you recruit that next person to K-drama?
Okay, so we already, you guys, I'm sure we've already like covered the basics. But for me, I feel like in this day and age where we're always multitasking and always parang we hardly, well, me personally, I can hardly focus on one thing at a time because I'm watching the news or like an English series. My kids will be coming in and out, and then I have to go and help them. And but with K drama, it's like I find that it's genuine me time. Like I
Mhm.
said earlier,
Yeah.
I didn't read subtitles because it's just effort. But at the same time, your kids can't really bother you, and you cannot do something else while watching K drama. You have to just
Yeah.
sit there and watch and be
Because
focused
you
on
have
that.
to read.
You have to read, and if you miss a part, you don't know what happened, di ba? There's no background noise. So for me, I'll try to convince the others out there to watch because this is gonna serve as genuine me time, where you
Yeah.
can transfer your mind and yourself to another world, without even noticing that you are really because you have to be 100% focused on what you're watching. So and after that, you feel so relaxed. Parang I just feel like parang wala,
Yes. You
my
sleep
mind is
better.
so cause yun nga, it was just time that an hour and 22 minutes that I took for myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a massage, diba? It's like a massage. It's like something relaxing, something you don't have to overthink. Diba? And I think what Nikki's saying is actually a very strong message. We're taking care of the whole family, and you have to also give yourself time to sort of heal your body, relax your body from the whole heaviness of the day. I think we all have our own burdens, and whether that's K-drama or eating ice cream in the middle of the night, you know we still need to do something like say, okay, Mom, you've got this. It's a really hard, hard time right now, but to just
Yes.
sort of decompress. And yeah, I love that what Nikki said. How about for
Mhm.
Kelly? How
Well,
will
for
we
me,
convert more?
for me, I'm actually shocked that more than entertain us because as Bianca
Yes.
said, it connects us. And Nikki naman, it's a me time for us moms. And I love that it does that. It's more than entertaining. And for me, I really appreciate all the hard work that's put into it. It's 16 episodes, 1 hour each, or sometimes an hour and a half per episode. But it's so sick. It's so well done, well thought of, well written, well acted, and it's like even the supporting cast, they're also good actors, and I
Yes.
really appreciate it. And I
Yes.
always wonder, like, what happened to that supporting actor? And I
Oh.
try to follow the next K drama based on these other actors as well, and I love that they're just kind of shuffled, and I can recognize them now, and I
Yes.
think I've gotten to the point where I want to learn Korean already just so I can easily watch and understand the nuances and what's really being said
Exactly.
in every scene. And yes, I think it's safe to say I'm hooked, and it's all good because now I have the time. Now we actually all have the time to do
Yes.
to
Mhm.
for this. Um I mean, a few months ago, this was unthinkable because ang dami talagang
Exactly.
work, ang daming kailangan gawin,
Mhm.
ang dami, talagang busy life talaga. And nowadays, I love that this is our little escape and we get to go to Korea for an hour without flying, 'di ba? Without riding the
Just for now,
airplane
we
or
can. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
or going through airports. And I love that we can enjoy the food. And actually, I've been ordering in Lazada nonstop, like yung mga ramyeon or mga ramen, just so I could feel that I'm in the K
That
drama.
you're there.
I'm so
Yeah.
involved. And you will be too.
Yes.
Yes.
So to all who are watching and who are curious, believe me, makakain din kayo ng sistema. And you just have to let go and surrender because it will happen, you guys. You will be hit so hard, you will say, what happened to me? It's like unrecognizable already. So girls, thank you so much. I think, my face is already painful from all the smiling. Like, I haven't smiled this much in a long time. So, for that, I'm actually so grateful. I think, this is a very difficult time. We're all going through different things. But I appreciate, making connections with friends. And, this is our way of checking up on each other. Even, di ba, we're sharing PSJ photos or we're tagging one
Yes.
another. I think it's funny that we have actually a support group to process our kilig and feelings for after each episode. But yeah, I think this is the time wherein we really cultivate, going back to the basics, like what Kelly was saying, like the small things, the peck on the cheek, the hug from the back,
Diba?
even holding
Pat on the
hands. All of
head.
these things are just yeah, the pat in the head, diba? I know this is gonna sound so cheesy, and my husband's probably gonna get really embarrassed. But ever since I watched, started K drama, I've been so cheesy with him. Like I appreciate him so much more. Like I see him in a new light. It's like I remember our early days of dating, diba? So that's what I always tell people who are into it. Like, I know that things are overwhelming, but it
Mhm.
will remind you of the good things in life, and it will sort of, inspire you to cling on to those things. And even like a little kilig, like parang yung mga nagpi-finger heart lang na ganyan, you're like, oh, it's like so much feels. But again, thank you, girls, for being panelists. and my kapwa support system here in the K-drama Sistema.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to say to all of you guys, whether you're a K-drama fanatic or you're trying to become one, wherever you are, I'm just hoping that you're safe at home, making the most out of your time with your loved ones and being, happy and healthy, because we really need to check up on each other and really find ways to cope through this whole very difficult time. So again, thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Nikki, and to everyone for joining. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time when we think of another funny topic to talk about. Bye.
Bye.